We've been in Joshua Tree for about 4 days now. We're running out of food. It's super windy and cold, but Meg and Patrick are going an 8-mile hike. My shoes are in pretty poor condition. I might leave them if I can find a good replacement. Check these babies out. Toes coming out, side to side. I'm sad I don't get new shoes. After riding through the desert for a few days, we needed a pit stop before we headed into Joshua Tree National Park. So we stayed with Warm Showers host David in Twentynine Palms, California. We definitely recommend you stay with him. He was a ton of fun and took us on a tour of the area, which has an interesting mix of military and art lifestyles. Go figure. But then we helped him install his solar panel system and hook up the batteries. Someday we would love to have our house run solely on renewable energy. So it was a great way to learn and help him out too for giving us a free place to stay for the night. Oh hey! Just exploring the inside of this little juniper tree. You can tell this thing's been here for a long time, even though it's all short and scrubby. I think there's many of rodent tenants that have lived here in the past. Good shelter. It's kind of cool in here. We're in kind of a valley where we think the water holds a little bit longer than a lot of the places in the desert, so these trees have access to a little bit more moisture than a lot of those desert shrubs out in the flatlands. And whenever we do day hikes out on trails, there's rarely a bike rack, but usually park rangers are totally okay with you locking up to any sign, and most park goers anyway are pretty courteous people, so we're not too worried about them. But that allows us to leave our stuff at camp, have a nice load-free ride, and stretch our legs on a hike. We made it to the top of Ryan Mountain here at Joshua Tree National Park, and there's a threat of rain over the next 2 days, about a 50% chance at some point somewhere in this region. So we don't know if it's going to rain or not, but we battened down the hatches back at camp, tightened the tent down, weighted it down, built a little trench around to drain the water, and we're either gonna bike another 5 miles back to camp, relax the rest of the day, hold down for rain, maybe collect some rainwater out the tent, or we're gonna pack up and ride 35 miles to the south entrance and get some water from the ranger station there, and then wait out rain tomorrow. So we haven't really decided, and we don't know exactly what's gonna happen, but for now we're on top of a mountain at 9:45 a.m. Cheers to that.
All right, we've decided that we're gonna break camp and move from the Jumbo Rocks campsites to the Cottonwood campsites.
Yep, and we're gonna see how fast we can break down camp. It's about 11:35 a.m. and rain chances are iffy, but we're gonna try and beat them if they come. Ready, set,
Here goes nothing.
go! 22 minutes, 44 seconds.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, 2 days camping, we had kind of exploded and had all of our luxury items out, so.
Yep.
Pretty good.
So that's what it takes to break down camp and get your bikes loaded.
Yep.
On to Cottonwood.
Yeah, it is noon on the dot.
Exactly, checkout time.
All right.
Here we go.
Shoes. Oh, this one's like covered in these cholla cactus spikes. So it's gonna be a project to get these usable. We're gonna bring them over to the trailhead over there. See if they're anybody's, and if not, they're mine. Palms Oasis in Joshua Tree National Park. About a 3.5–4 mile hike in. And this is an area where the groundwater is really, really shallow. And so you get these awesome California palms, all these different wetland grasses that you really don't see in the desert very often. So there's a few oasi somewhere in Joshua Tree, but this is one of them, and it's well worth the hike in.